There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone.
Welcome to the Mudhorn Clancast on the Fangirl Zone. It's also on Star Wars Podcast Day. I am Beskar Dave.
I am Shawn Fangirl.
I'm Sith Lord Steve. And today we'll be talking about Season 2 of The Mandalorian and any news or rumors on other Star Wars TV series.
Probably shouldn't giggle at Sith Lord Steve.
Sith Lord Steve sounded kind of like Hulk Steve. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So we got Hulk Steve dressed up in his Sith Lord costume. That's an interesting picture.
Yes.
Or it's a Hulk Sith Lord. Oh my gosh, we have crossover. That would be horrifying.
Yes.
When I think about that.
So as we head into 2023, which I can hardly believe, there are plenty of new shows and specials and films to look forward to from Star Wars in the year ahead, with multiple new Disney Plus original live-action and animated series heading to our screens. I feel bad for everyone who goes, do I really have to get Disney Plus? Yeah, you really do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Here's a look at some of the Star Wars projects that are coming to Disney Plus in 2023. Nope, this is subject to change.
Okay, before we jump in, because I, every time I see the commercial and all of these different shows coming out, I'm like, yee! So, literally fangirl squeeing about so many of these. And you know what? Just a side note, we don't get paid for anything with this, but if you have cell phone service, which about 99% of the world does, check your provider. You might get Disney Plus free for a year. You never know.
Oh, yeah, there's always deals. They're running a deal on Peacock right now, too, for half price.
So yeah, check it out.
Nice.
You might get stuff free. All right, let's jump into the first one that I know we have been watching already. Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2. I have been pretty excited about this show so far. It took me a while to catch up with all of the animated stuff. And then when I finally got to Bad Batch, I was like, yes, this is awesome. So when the new season opens, months have passed since the events on Kamino, and the Bad Batch continues their journey navigating the Empire after the fall of the Republic. They will cross paths with friends and foes, both new and familiar, as they take on a variety of thrilling mercenary missions that will take them to unexpected and dangerous new places. The second season of The Bad Batch is arriving on Disney Plus Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. So yes, as we're recording this, a couple have already dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Which have been pretty cool. And the double episode premiere and new episodes are released weekly through the end of March. I mean, I'm loving it so far. I don't know about you guys. And I love how it's tying things together.
I thought it was getting closer to be a kid's show. I don't know. I'm not disappointed. It just seems a bit disjointed. I had a problem when Hunter and Echo were off in the episode. I think it was faster. I'm like, oh, God, we're going to find out what they did. But we didn't. It just came back. I'm like, huh? I don't know what the narrative is. Either the narrative is they're looking for treasure and or Sid's the bad guy, but I know it's early. But
I know some of the stuff is like, wait a minute, what's this? I'm assuming it'll all fall into place.
Yeah.
Because so many of them, it's not even this show. You got to watch one of the other ones and it all falls into place. It's like, oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Right. Yeah. And after the 2 episodes with the treasure hunt.
Yeah.
We get the Crosshair episode, which had none of the others in it, but just him.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, so far that's been my favorite too.
I feel like that was opening things up, and I had to go back and look because I could not remember. I'm not going to spoil it, but about a certain thing with Crosshair. I'm like, was it still there? Was it not there? I couldn't remember. I didn't want to spoil anything for anybody because I want you to watch it because, oh my gosh, it's pretty good.
It seems like he's having a little change of thought, Crosshair, that is, especially after his run-in with Commander Cody.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to, too, there at the end of that episode, but then he went right back to his old ways.
Yeah.
Or is he faking it right now? As he tries to work his way through everything.
Yeah, just being a good soldier.
Yes, he keeps saying that.
Yeah, that's his.
Is that going to be what breaks him, basically, is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, for once he's going to listen to himself. Am I a good shoulder? Is that what I want to be? This?
Yeah, let's hope so. We really don't want him going after our guys.
No, I do love Wrecker. He's so goofy. I love him.
It's amazing that the same voice actor does all of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, one guy.
Oh my gosh, because they're so different.
Isn't he amazing?
Oh, I bow to his creative energy.
D. Bradley Baker.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not know he did all of them. No idea.
Going from Wrecker to Tech, I'm like, huh?
Yes.
Same guy.
And then to do Murph on Star Trek Prodigy.
Huh. Wow.
Man is amazing.
Wow. Yes.
Shawn, mind blown.
I am. I'm sitting here just like, what? That's awesome.
Well, we're also going to get Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 3. In the third season of The Mandalorian and Grogu have been reunited and continue their journey through the lawless galaxy. Season 3 is set to launch exclusively on Disney Plus in 2023. Kennedy and Colin Wilson also executive produced with Karen Gilchrist and Carrie Beck as co-executive producers. The third season stars Pedro Pascal, Katie Sackhoff, Amy Sedaris, Giancarlo Esposito, and Emily Swallow.
I would be freaking out if Pedro Pascal was not in it. I'm just throwing that out there.
I wonder if he's going to introduce Ellie. Was it Elle or Ellie to Baby Grogu?
Yes. Crossover. Mm-hmm. Okay, those are two like completely different characters in my mind, but at the same time, I feel like there is a thread between those two.
There is.
Right.
Yeah, like just the way they act. I mean, obviously, at this point, I think everybody knows Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian, and he's in The Last of Us on HBO. Holy cow, if you're not watching that, go watch that too. But I'm like so psyched that he's back because just, I know we don't get to see his face, but it's just like, he is so awesome in this. Okay, I'm like totally fangirling. I can't even find words. And of course, Grogu being back, and I'm like, aw, so cute.
He sounds like he says something during the trailer we're going to discuss shortly. What? I forgot what he says. Someone talks to the both of them, and Grogu looks up and goes something like, "Yup, I thought."
Oh my god, now I have to watch it again.
Yeah, super cute though. So the brand new Mandalorian Season 3 trailer has officially been released, featuring more of Din Djarin and Grogu. Over the 2-year wait between new seasons, The Mandalorian is finally set to end in March. End in March? Begin in March.
Start in March.
Start in March, right. The highly anticipated return of the first Star Wars Disney Plus show is expected to increase the scope of the show's storytelling after Din and Grogu were reunited. It feels so good. In the Book of Boba Fett, Din's claim to the Darksaber will bring the pairing to Mandalore, given Bo-Katan, which is Katie Sackhoff. Oh, you know how my brain works? Sometimes it doesn't. Every time I think of Bo-Katan, I think to myself, Tasha Yar. I'm like, what? Katie Sackhoff. I wonder what Tasha Yar is up to this time. Wait a minute. Anyway, she has a bigger role as
Season 3.
Yeah. A bigger role as new threats and familiar allies play pivotal parts in the story. Well, I hope to come across a pool of black goo, pull her out.
Yes.
So now Disney released the full Mandalorian Season 3 trailer during ESPN's halftime presentation of the Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I kind of hate it when they do that, but they do that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, the trailer arrives roughly 4 months after Lucasfilm debuted the first footage of the new season. It also comes almost a year after the audience saw Din Djarin and Grogu reunite in the Book of Boba Fett now. Now the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer provides pretty much the new clues about what is ahead for the beloved pairing when the show returns to Disney Plus on March 1st.
I wonder if the game got really high ratings because of all of us watching just for the trailer.
It works both ways. They know there's going to be eyeballs on the game. Yeah, so I got a lot of notes on the Mando trailer, but I'll let you guys chime in.
I didn't watch the game, but I am so happy that we have so many awesome nerds in this world because the second it dropped, it was online.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I watched it, I don't know how many times, but I don't remember him saying, yeah, now I got to watch it again and specifically pay attention to that. I think I was just like, look it's back. Which is perfect because Pedro Pascal will be on my screen for 9 weeks because of The Last of Us, and then I don't know how many weeks for The Mandalorian. So I will be very happy because I've been in love with Pedro Pascal since he was my Prince Oberon on Game of Thrones. So
that's one of the best scenes I ever remember on TV when he appeared to, can't remember the character's name, the imp dwarf.
Yes.
Held that torch over his head and says, "I will be your champion." I almost fell right over. I thought it was so awesome.
Oh, I think if I met him, I'd probably be like so fidgety and squirrely like I was when I met David Tennant. Like Jessica had to hold my arm and be like, "You got this, don't freak out." Like it would probably be the same for Pedro Pascal.
Yep. Kind of like the time when Gillian Anderson had to pepper spray me.
Yes. Oh my.
No, she didn't. She's super nice.
Okay, so the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer's biggest reveals. I mean, the fact that they're back is a pretty huge reveal and makes me happy. There are plenty of big reveals and surprises for Star Wars fans in the official Mandalorian trailer for Season 3. Now, we probably don't have everything because somebody probably went like each freaking second and found something. But this is what everybody here has come up with. Everybody, not me. I'm just like whirly and happy. But the footage ends with a showcase of Grogu's growing powers as he is shown force pushing an enemy several feet back. Let's hope he's not getting a little dark there.
In my notes, I call it a force toss.
Yes.
Baby tantrum, whatever. I mean, this is the latest impressive display of Grogu's powers with the Force, but this example is more notable since it comes after he spent some time training with Luke Skywalker, and hopefully he doesn't just fall asleep. It would appear that Grogu grew his powers in some notable ways, even though he did not spend extensive time under Luke's training. Wasn't that long, but Luke was pretty powerful, and he had 2 days of training, so...
I wonder if Luke had time to teach him the frog trick when he gets to float out of the pond. You'd think that'd be the first thing he would latch on to.
The Mandalorian Season 3 teasing this moment could be a sign of greater displays to come. Ooh. One moment from the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer that is sure to get a big reaction is the flashback sequence to Order 66. I'm kind of interested in seeing what they're going to tell us. Several Jedi are shown in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, ready for the battle. The doorway in front of them is suddenly, unmistakably marked with a burning of a lightsaber trying to cut through it. This could be a tease that Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, is set to be in The Mandalorian Season 3 through the prequel era flashback. Of course, this scene is the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. Might also be a fake out for Anakin and actually be a tease that the show will answer who saved Grogu from Order 66, whether it be Mace Windu or someone else. I thought we talked about who we thought might have done it. Did we not? Well, I mean, this would tell us who, right?
Yeah.
We hope so, at least.
I know, nobody's telling us. And I think we had a really long discussion about it at one point.
Hopefully he forgets to take off his iPad. That would be hilarious. Oh, damn it.
Well, that wouldn't be what he said, but Some other notable moments in the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer includes a potential trip to Batuu, the planet that Galaxy's Edge is on. The shots of a post-Return of the Jedi Coruscant. It also might feature Babu Frick from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, or maybe his people.
Yep.
Surprisingly, the trailer almost completely hides Bo-Katan and did not include a single shot of Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito. It appears that Jon Favreau is keeping much of the Mandalorian Season 3 close to his chest, which could make for an exciting and surprising season. The Mandalorian returns Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, with the new episodes being released weekly. There was so much happening. I mean, like I said, when you have baby Grogu in the backseat, is what I'm going to call it.
Right.
And he's just looking around as they're flying through space, like, oh, it's so cool. I'm like, oh, he's so adorable. It's going to be really hard to pay attention to what I'm supposed to pay attention to when he's doing cute little baby Grogu stuff.
You notice that they switch out Baby G? Can I call him Baby G?
Baby G
out of his dome in the back, and what's the unit? Is it R4? And they take up, and then I think they get an R4 unit. I think if I got that right. And Grogu, they're gonna have to have a baby seat up front.
Yes,
he's gonna be strapped in
Darn's leg.
He's gonna be in like a baby Bjorn, is what it is.
I think when they show them taking off through that hyperspace field there, you can see the R4 unit in the back. Or at least in there somewhere, there's another shot. R4, if I got R4 right. I took
R unit. That's all we know.
I took some quick notes on it if you guys want to hear.
Sure. It is.
All right. So at first I thought it was kind of meh. What's wrong with me? I'm like, I wrote down something like, we know it's the way, because that gets mentioned a lot. Grogu is still cute, duh. But then after thinking about it, I'm like, wow, is this going to be about civil war or unification? Because at one point he's talking about our people. I mean, this is Din Djarin. And he comes out of the cave and he's standing behind a bunch of Mandalorians, and it looks like he's stepping through them. I'm like, whoa, is he really taking this dark saber stuff seriously? And then I was thinking, somebody else wants the dark saber. He's either unifying people, or Tasha Yar is going to have to try and take it from him.
Yes. This is going to be interesting what happens with that, because I mean, we've learned some from the animated series, and I'm still trying to figure out, because it's been a minute, where Mandalorian is supposed to place in regards to the Darksaber and Bo-Katan, because we know information from the other series. Like, I'm confused where this is supposed to be.
I know. Right. Well, either good or bad. I know. There was in the previous trailer, she did not look happy.
No.
I don't think a droid bar would cheer her up either.
What's with the droid bar?
I don't know. And they all look like the humans used to look at the droids in the Star Wars movie, like, what are you doing in here?
We don't serve your kind.
Yeah. So he also said something about navigating the galaxy. That way you'll never be lost. I'm like, that's like a home is where you make it type of theme. And then it goes right to his handshake with Grief Kargo. I'm like, of course. And he looks awesome in his new robes.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a shot of the going through like rain together. I'm like, are they going to Camino?
Possibly.
They're going everywhere.
Yeah, yes. Apparently so. At least it seems that way. Well, that's the vibe I got. I don't know why they'd want to go to Camino, other than the fact that, I don't know, that's where all the clones came from originally. And well, I don't know. Maybe some of the research is still going on there, even though the Empire pulled out.
Yeah, could we see a crossover with the Bad Batch there?
Wow.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Well, we got
Omega and Grogu would hit it off great.
Oh my gosh.
I can
just say, why haven't they changed Omega's name to, a name? But whatever.
Yes.
Well, I was just thinking that would be entirely plausible, because they've already hinted at the experiment they've done on cloning. We've seen the labs. And of course, we see, what's his name? It's Dr. Pershing in this trailer, too.
Yep.
So
maybe it's that second site that they talked about in the end of season 1 of The Bad Batch. Like, maybe they're there and they know stuff. Who knows?
So I'm having a mind melt. Not a mind meld. What's that character that shouts at them? May the Force be with you, as the droid like gives them the departure signal.
Oh, that's Amy Sedaris' character.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, what was her name?
Oh my God. Well, she's awesome.
Oh God, I can't remember her name either now. I would have known it had you not just said. I forgot her name.
Me too. Steve, got anything?
Nope, I'm blank too.
Okay.
Oh God,
so
now I gotta look it up.
She says, may the Force be with you. I don't know if she really means it or not, but it's just a fun salutation. But the shot goes right to Grogu, right to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Then, I thought it was really interesting that most of the shots with Grogu and Mando is basically teaching Grogu the way.
Yeah. Motto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to look it up. It was
Thank goodness. And then as we proceed through this trailer, we get a dusty Mandalorian helmet, almost like he just pulled it out of ash. And that's got to be whatever's left on the planet. It struck me as like, I don't know, not bitter, but I guess sad, that people were extinguished. But there's also a part where a ship is being chased by TIE fighters. I think I've heard that people say that's Bo-Katan's ship, and Bo-Katan's ship has a name, which also eludes me. Maybe it's called the Pelly. I don't know. But I got a feeling. Then we switch to Mando, and he says, like, hold on. And I think he's going to come to the rescue. So
yeah, but there was 4 Mandalorians that dropped out of the ship.
Yeah, what is that?
Yes.
We go to the droid bar, and then a parage up, and we see the big boy again with his awesome weapon. It makes me wonder if they're working for Din. Are they working for Din Djarin, or are they working for Bo-Katan?
Right.
Ooh.
I'm thinking the latter.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Or maybe they're just because...
That could be a booby trap for Din.
Or maybe Boba Fett is getting them all back together. They're getting the band back together, to work and do whatever. Because, again, I think it was in Bad Batch, was it Mandalore Off Limits, or was that one of the animated series? Like, so maybe that's some of what we see with the TIE fighters, like trying to chase off whoever.
Yeah, I don't think that's on Mandalore though.
I thought it was Mandalore.
There's a lot of greenery and water there.
Yes,
true.
Pretty much a burnt out husk.
Do you have any more notes before we go? Because I have one more thing to say about The Mandalorian Season 3.
Okay, well, I only have 2 more notes left on this.
Okay.
It says, I think Grogu does say, yeah, or yeah. When they ask him where they're going, he's like, or at least Mando goes, we have to go somewhere. She's like, Grogu's like, yeah. It's so cute. Anyway, then the last scene, of course, is when he force tosses that ape guy with the robot face. I don't know, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
It's something very large.
And malevolent, and it got tossed.
Hey, yeah, mess with the kid. Stuff happens.
Yeah, and I think as he comes out in his little flying saucer, literally a flying saucer, teacup, you can hear I think it's the Mandalorian theme song.
That is such an awesome song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now I shared this with the guys, and if you have not found this guy on Facebook, you need to find it because it was cracking me up, and it took me a few seconds because I swore that it was actually Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So Charlie Hopkinson, he's on Facebook. Watch. He does Obi-Wan roast the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. Go watch it because you also have it doesn't have the guy's name in it who's doing Liam Neeson's character. Now I'm having a brain fart with that.
Obi-Wan.
No, Liam Neeson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I swear, I was like, wait, is that Ewan McGregor? I thought he was like doing something just around. This guy is hilarious. And then Rabbit Hole, there's a whole bunch of these. So go check him out because it's hilarious. I love that. I don't know if you guys thought it was as funny. I was laughing out loud. Yeah. I think I snorted once or twice watching some of the other ones.
He sounds like him and he speaks like him too.
Right.
Amazing.
And like I said, it looked like him to me. I was watching on my phone. Okay, I didn't have it on my big TV screen or anything. So maybe that's why. Maybe it's easier to tell when you're looking at it in much larger picture. But just go check it out because he's hilarious. And now we come to a close of our Mandalorian Season 3 recap. But we have so much more to talk about.
Yes, moving on to Ahsoka. This all-new live-action series heading to Disney Plus starring Rosario Dawson in the title role. Set after the fall of the Empire, Ahsoka follows the former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano as she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy. This new series is set within the same time period as The Mandalorian and will introduce Thrawn, Ezra, and Sabine from Rebels into the live-action Star Wars universe.
I have chills. I literally have chills that you just said that because I was like, is Ezra coming back? Yes!
I saw something on YouTube where this guy complained there's too much crossover. I'm like, what?
Yeah, how could you?
How dare you try to tie things together?
New series is slated for 2023 and will be exclusive to Disney Plus. The executive producers are Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, Colin Wilson, Carrie Beck, with Karen Gilchrist as co-executive producer. No exact Disney Plus release date for Ahsoka has been announced yet. Boom.
But they are playing that little clip and everything about Disney Plus constantly. You see Ahsoka, So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. I'm like super excited that they're going to bring in stuff from Rebels so we can kind of see what's going on. And again, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. You got some time because I'm sure it's not dropping in the next 10 minutes. So you got some time to watch Rebels.
I was reading about Ahsoka today and I saw something. He said it'll be on TV March 14th or April 14th. Like, it better not be.
Right.
I have a feeling that it's going to wait till at least after Mandalorian.
Right. Yeah, I hope
so too. Yeah,
because they usually give us, like a little bit here. Now you wait a bit. Now here's a little bit more. Help piece stories together. For those of us who've never read all the books and comics to piece all the things together, there's a lot of books. So and I don't even know what's canon anymore.
Everything's canon.
Yep. I thought with the books, like half of it's not canon anymore. No, it's confusing. Sorry. Let's move to the next awesome thing coming out.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew, you might be mentioning.
Yeah.
Does anyone else? Raise your hand if anyone else picked your skeletons. That's part of the show. I'm like, so this is all the Order 66 guys that have come back, and they're all skeletons.
Right.
What?
No, I'm kidding. So these are from creators John Watts and Christopher Ford. Skeleton Crew tells the story of 4 kids who find themselves lost in the vastness of the galaxy, trying to find their way home. Jude Law stars in the series along with Karina Crater, Ravi Cabot-Cognier, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy and Michelle Rajan are back as executive producers on the show. No exact release date yet for Skeleton Crew, but gosh, I hope it's soon. And I want to see, I should have mentioned I wanted to see an Ahsoka trailer soon, too.
Yes.
Come on.
Now, I don't know much about Skeleton Crew because I don't think I've seen a whole lot with this one.
No, not yet.
I didn't know Jude Law was going to be part of it. So, oh my gosh, young Dumbledore is going to be part of the Star Wars crew now. Oh, okay. So this should be interesting, though, what it's going to show, because we did see, is it like younglings who escaped? Like,
yes.
Again which one was it? Where we seen the one Sith Lord who was an escaped youngling that was training with the Jedi. That was
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so I mean, interesting concept. What are we seeing? People like that. There's so much.
They need a companion book to come out so we can just flip through.
It has to be tabbed so we can find what we're looking for.
Yeah, sure.
And have in the middle just a big giant like little yarn map. This is connected here and mini version. And now something I was actually thinking about, the next thing coming out is Vision Season 2, because holy crap, Vision Season 1 was so awesome, especially the Samurai Jedi thing. But
yes.
We actually bought that book, by the way, because they had a book kind of with that. It was so cool. Star Wars Visions stretches beyond any one form of animation and serves as a broader framework for celebratory expression of Star Wars storytelling. Volume 2 will showcase that potential as the shorts go on a global tour, celebrating the incredible animation happening across the countries and cultures through the mythos of Star Wars. The new season of Star Wars Visions launches exclusively on Disney Plus in spring of 2023. And again, if you haven't watched the first one, go watch it. It was so different.
Yes.
With the different like animation styles, but it was so cool. Yep. I want to see a Studio Ghibli one.
Yes.
And you got to throw some sprites in just because they're in everything and they're awesome.
Yes.
See No Face in the background. Kind of weird, but it was so cool because I love like anime. So this really like hit the spot that we had awesome Star Wars animation like this.
And
sorry, I'm like
of animation. We get Young Jedi Adventures. This all-new animated series is about Kai Brightstar, who is a Jedi youngling who hopes to grow in the ways of the Force and follow in the footsteps of Master Yoda. Nash Durango is a pilot who befriends Kai and company, joining them on adventures across the galaxy that will star Jamal Avery Jr. and Emma Bergman. The animated series is set during the High Republic era and will arrive in 2023. If 2023 is anything like previous years, we are likely to see some further adventures of characters from the Star Wars universe, with some behind-the-scenes documentaries and maybe with some animated adventures from Lego.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Yes.
You know what? Now that I was thinking about, I said the Studio Ghibli. There is like the short, I think, Grogu in Studio Ghibli. But I still want to see a whole thing. New thing. There's so much stuff coming out. Although I swear that we were supposed to get something about Knights of the Old Republic.
Right.
Or High Republic.
I think the Young Jedi Adventures has taken the replace of that.
I want to know about way back because, again, not reading all the books. Not that I'm just stubborn, but my husband might kill me if I bring that many more books in before I read my piles that I have. So I'm interested. I thought there was a whole bunch more like going back that we were supposed to get, but you think they put them on back burners for now?
Probably.
I didn't hear it was gone, but it's definitely on a back burner, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see now that we have Iger back in too.
Right.
Like, pulling things in a different route. Never know. And a little side note, if you haven't heard about the Star Wars themed hotel down at Disney World, it's having some trouble. Maybe because it's insane how much it is. I mean, if you go to Disney, everybody knows it's kind of pricey anyway. But it's an experience.
A arm and a leg.
But it's an experience. And when you went down there, it was like a 2-night thing, supposed to be all immersive, and it was only 2-day, 1 night, I believe. And it was like $5,000 for 2 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was just the hotel.
Yeah.
So it's not
another
doing
grand for the park.
Yeah, it's not doing great, but they are looking to, now that Iger is back in again, like I said, he's looking at things. They're thinking about changing it up, maybe not having it cost that insane. I think that they might be moving it more towards their high-end hotels, like that level, and making it, I don't want to say more in reach, but I mean, really, because $5,000 for like a night, they are making it more in reach for like more people to get in there and stay. I mean, I heard it was really cool, but I would not spend $5,000 for a night unless maybe I hit that $1 billion lottery.
Yes.
And then I'm like, hey guys, let's all go with our families, but a little different. When you have billions, I don't think you care as much. So maybe that's something all of our Star Wars fans can look forward to, that maybe we can go down and do a night some point at, Walt Disney World at the Star Wars Cruiser Hotel. And when I was there recently, you could not see it from like the street or the expressway that goes around. It's like hidden away, so you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like, they're keeping this under wraps for real. So just keep an eye out. Maybe something will happen where the rest of us can go and check out that place. It'd be nice.
Right.
But also, I mean, Steve and Dave, at the beginning, we said it was Star Wars Podcast Day. There are so many Star Wars podcasts that we are actually part of, like, this big giant community talking about and sharing on Twitter. And if you haven't seen everything, go check it out. I know we were sharing some of the other podcasts. Some of the names are hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
The one was, what was it? The Wubnub?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wubnub. I'm sorry. Some of these names stick with me, and they are just like the most hilarious things in the world to me. I don't know why. I just giggle so much when I find some of the names. Obviously, you have Sith talk, because you can't talk about just the good guys, apparently.
Nope.
Positively Star Wars Senate podcast. Are they just debating a bill for a while?
Yeah.
Maybe looking around talking about it.
Focus strictly on Mon Mothma.
Oh my gosh. And in multiple languages, by the way, because I'm going to totally mess this one up, and I apologize in advance to the creators of the podcast, Caritas Rebeldes. Again, I'm like, sorry. We got Lando's Lounge, Trash Compactor. Sorry, Yubnub is still the funniest. Yubnub. There's so many. So check it out. It's on our Instagram. I'm sorry. But we're part of this huge group. And I think last year there was, 250?
It's somewhere around there, because I think last I saw it was around 220 this year. So
yes, it's crazy how many there are actually out there. But check them out. Give them some love too. Tell them we sent you over, and vice versa. If you're coming from one of them to listen to us, let us know, because we'd love to give them another shout out too.
Hopefully there's a Qui-Gon Gin and Tonic podcast out there.
Oh my God. See, we should have named ourselves that instead. But we're the Mudhorn.
We're a clan.
Yep. Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts on each and every episode of this upcoming year. Our deadline for feedback is 6 p.m. Eastern every Friday during whichever season we're watching. You can send your feedback via email or audio to contact us at fangirlzone.com.
Please review and rate us on iTunes and any other platform you use for your podcast with good ratings and reviews. It helps other fans of the show find us, as there are plenty other Mandalorian podcasts out there, or Star Wars podcasts out there, as we just elucidated. Tell your friends, and I hope you're enjoying our podcast, and don't forget to check out the other great Fangirl Zone podcast.
You can check everything out at www.fangirlzone.com. We have our podcast page there. We have our contacts page there, which is most important. So you can send us anything you want to talk about, where you heard our name from, if you're coming from one of the other podcasts. So again, we can shout them out. Or if you have questions, or if you want to tell us you absolutely hated the trailer for Mandalorian Season 3, and it's all wrong. So tell us everything you want. Questions, comments, like misdeeds, whatever, because this is the way. And for this episode of the Mudhorn Clancast,
this is Sith Lord Steve. Will Grogu become a Jedalorian?
Jedalorian. This is Shawn Fangirl, and I'm sorry. I'm going to go sit in the corner of that droid bar anyway. I just won't order any hot oil.
I wondered what they served there too, really. When they are they consuming batteries and oil or something. Anyway, this is Beskar Dave wrapping things up and I can't wait for Ahsoka to come around, because I think head tails are sexy.